Russian oil addiction is absolute. Lies, war, and oil is the unholy trinity of Russian economy. Politico puts it very straightforward. Riyadh is increasingly frustrated with other petrostates, including Russia very much, failure to coordinate on cutting supply to raise oil prices about $100 per barrel up to the current $70. Oil traders say Saudi Arabia is now set to respond by flexing its muscles and turning the tables on smaller producers, exporting more oil itself to grab market share and profits even as prices fall. That strategy will absolutely sink oil prices and spell very bad news for Russian dictator Vladimir Putin. Oil and gas have been the largest source of revenue for the Russian state over the past decade, making up as much as at least half of the country's budget. And in times of war, Russian budget not only depends on oil, it literally becomes an oil of the war. Mikhail Krutichin, a Russian energy analyst who, for some reason based in Norway, puts in even more straightforward way than Politico does, next Saudi Arabia's highly likely move poses an enormous threat, he says, for Russian state budget because of obvious, overwhelming dependency on oil revenues. And it's just one of several unpredictable factors on Putin's event horizon, including the US presidential election. Well, don't get me wrong, I know that Russia is big and rich, and I'm not expecting it to stop being Russia all of a sudden and stop its criminal endeavor in Ukraine. All I am saying that everything in this world comes at a price. And it took Ukraine just one drone to do this. So hard truth being spoken in easy terms is what surely happens after Saudi Arabia will drop prices down even to super low of $20 is that Riyadh will be selling oil at a profit of $5 per barrel anyway, simply because production cost there is only $15 per barrel. In Russia, production costs, though, are $35 per barrel, and it makes it $15 net loss per one barrel for an economy that is at least 50%, some experts even say 70%, addicted to oil revenues, at a times of exhausting war and world economic sanctions, and inindicted, usurped Tsar, actually, that is not going to stop at anything to show he is winning, even if that will cause an economical collapse of his country. Would mean that after Riyadh actually sinks the price, the next Ukrainian drone that hits Russian oil refinery would not cause any fire, as there will be simply nothing to burn. Again, I'm not in any way saying it is happening right now or tomorrow, as already today oil prices soared in anticipation of an Israeli strike on Iran's oil refinery. The price of American WTI is up by 5.5% and reached almost $74 per barrel. The price of Brent is up to almost $78. In general, oil price jumped up for 8% during only 1 week. A major strike by Israel on Iran's export capacity could take 1.5 million barrels of oil per day off the market. Disruption of logistics in the Persian Gulf also will pump oil prices by from $13 to $28 possibly per barrel. That all brings Russia money. Yes, of course. But same of course, it takes money back from Russia when the market agitation is over. And all these swinging in between the oil barrels only makes it more obvious how true American Senator John McCain was once when was saying Russia is a gas station masquerading as a country.